keeping in mind our diversities, keeping in mind how different every household is in a small town or in a big cosmopolitan city like Mumbai, we are still somewhere in our values, in our upbringing, there is commonality. They're always excited to see my films because it's their son in it, so they're like, हाँ हम तो देखेंगे. But इसमें ना, they are a little upbeat about it because यार ये ना, because this is our kind of film. This is like, especially my mom, she's like, these are the kind of films I enjoy watching in the theatre. So I'm very happy you are a part of it. See, the thing is, the last whole year, I was clean shaven because we were shooting Sam Bahadur. So this year, she's not getting into how much beard there is. She's just happy that there is a beard. She has a tendency to overthink. She has a tendency to panic. She has a tendency to have an impulsive reaction. And then I have to like, calm her down. Koi baat nahi. Relax. Koi baat nahi. Let's figure things out. Let's see rationally and all of that. And she fills in many of my gaps.
Full girl brigade who loves you, lusts over you, and who are also partially heartbroken because you're married right now. I've been told by 3 of my friends to tell you that, Vicky, please,
Imagine if there's a girl brigade who feel heartbroken because I have gotten married. Imagine how many hearts I would have broken because I have gotten married because of Katrina. That count would be much more.
I get it. They say that success and failure can change a person. Well, sometimes they actually do. Or maybe more often than not, people do change. But I'm sitting with somebody whose journey has been nothing less than extraordinary. But he's still the regular guy. He's still the person that I met 5 years ago. I don't know what is in him. Maybe it's his family that grounds him, which makes sure that he never changes. And I will always give this as an intro to Vicky Kaushal because he's joining me for a conversation only on Bollywood Bubble. Hello.
So sweet of you, man.
No, but it's the truth. I just feel that I will start off by saying this, that first of all, you can't take compliments. You're so awkward with compliments.
I really can't.
Zara hatke, zara bachke, I watched it, I called you and I told you that, listen, I think this is gonna work really, really well. And I feel that you just couldn't take it.
Yeah.
You were like, are you sure? Are you sure? Do you sometimes feel you have not changed at all? This has been you even during Raman Raghav and this is you now. What is it that makes that part of you not change? What is it? How do you maintain that? More often than not, people actually change.
I really don't know. I'm being fully honest. I really don't know how to put it in words as to what it is. I do believe that I would love to keep evolving. But change, yes, there's it's a little bit of a harsh connotation to it, which I would not want to attach myself to. But I guess, like you rightly put in the beginning, that it's always got to do with the people you surround with. In my case, it's the family, it's my friends. And that attribute, I think, is always should be complimented towards them more than me. You know, it's not something that I should get the brownie points for, or, you know, it's something that they should be appreciated for. So it's because of them that you're saying these words about me today. So I think it's more to them, my family, my friends, and I'm so grateful to be surrounded by such special people who keep me as close to reality as possible, who keep me grounded. And baki yaar, I'm as flawed as everybody else. I try to, be better every day. But yeah, touch wood, like, I'm blessed with the best people around me.
Vicky, if a lot of people would know who have studied you as an artist, that it has not come easy to you. Recently, I met your father for an interview, which will also come out. He said something really special. He said that, उनको जितनी ज़रूरत होती थी, उनको वो मिल जाता था, पर उनको ऐसे ही नहीं मिला है सब कुछ. उनको हम लोग सिखा के देते थे कि कैसे मिल रहा है. You always knew what you had to work for. And you've not grown up with privilege from the beginning. He also said that you were born in an 8x10 chawl, and then you've grown from there and there. Do you see yourself as that person still? Is that part of you still there within you? Despite the success?
I think so. See, some things in your upbringing become like attached to your DNA. You know, they just, and it's true for me, it's true for you, it's true for all of us. And in the society that we live with, we are not too far away from each other. in terms of our upbringing, and that's what I felt was the beauty of the story is also, like, you know, the great Indian family, I feel, is the best title for this film, because keeping in mind our diversities, keeping in mind how different every household is in a small town or in a big cosmopolitan city like Mumbai, we are still somewhere in our values, in our upbringing, there is commonality. You know, like you mentioned, you had called me when Zara Hatke Zara Bachke released, and you loved the film, and I was so relieved and I was so happy that you loved the film. It was not just that. You made me speak to your mom as well.
Yeah.
You know, and I spoke to auntie, and she said some great things about the film, and she was just like my mother. You know, if you meet my mother, she's exactly like your mother.
She's
exactly
lovely.
right. So it's that. It's like we almost all of us, not everybody, but all of us belong to the same kind of, like, you know, household, the upbringing, the same class. You know, we are predominantly a middle class, you know, family, this nation.
Absolutely.
So I guess our values, our family structures is pretty much the same. You know, so मेरी भी वैसी रही है upbringing in terms of, you know, the values, in terms of what's right and what's wrong, and like in every other household, when you're growing up, when you reach your 20s, you also question those values. You also question, you know, the rules that are set and you're conditioned with. And every family goes through conflicts also. So it's all part and parcel of being in a good, great Indian family setup.
Absolutely. You know, when you succeed, somewhere there's a personal touch to it. Like, all your victories seem a lot more personal to people, because somewhere they relate to who you are and what you play on screen, especially when movies like, you know, I always said this, that a movie like this is so needed in today's times, and the way it is positioned, the way it is laced with a lot of humor and the family values that you said. Your previous film was also like that. It reached out, and it's actually, a lot of people were surprised, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of people I knew as an audience, and like you said that day, that your mother watches a film like an audience. I also like watching a film as an audience, and I said that if my mother liked it, I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna like it. This has the same kind of values, and it talks about something so important, inclusivity. Do you feel that today is the time to say such films, actually say such talks? It's become so common also in a lot of ways.
I feel, Nan, what ends up happening is, you know, in our lives, in our family lives especially, we take the charm of our families to, like, you know, we take it for granted. We feel it's mundane. What's so special about it? You know, our joys, what's so special about it? Our conflicts, our, you know, sorrows, what's so special about it? But when you see it from the outside, you see there's a lot of endearing things that our family does, and the things that happens in our household on a daily basis, which is so charming, which is so endearing, which is so funny.
Yeah.
You know, so when I got to hear this film, and I was like, yeah, I'm relating to this story on so many levels. It's reminding me of my family members, my relatives, and how things happen in our homes, which I have never found funny, but it is funny, you know, when you see it from a different perspective. And every household, like, there's no Indian household which is complete without a Kalesh in the family. It happens every now and then. And I think those are the moments which make that family much more stronger and much more understanding of each other. You know, especially your parents and kids, when they get into a conflict together, after that bad blood is out, there is so much more understanding. There's so much, that relationship becomes so much more beautiful, you know. So I think all of those things, the essence of those things is all there in this film, which I feel कि यार जब मैंने film सुनी, मुझे लगा कि this is something I would love to make my parents sit with me, my family sit with me, and watch this film together. Because the conversations that will follow up after the film gets over, when we head back home, is going to be beautiful. And that's what I'm hoping and praying that happens, that people bring out their families, go out for a nice, comfortable, relaxed outing, have a fun time at the movies with this film. And when they go back home and they're having their meals, they would have a lovely conversation about their own family.
Absolutely.
You know, so that's what I'm hoping and praying for.
You know, you've always been a family man, and that day also when we were at the trailer preview, you said that you always look forward to your family's reactions to your films and your performances. You said something very funny that day, which I'm not going to say, but I want to ask you, did your family watch the film already?
No.
But they watched the trailer.
They watched the trailer, they've seen the song, whatever creatives have come out, they have watched it.
So what did your mum especially say about it, and what did your dad and brother and Katrina say about it?
So they've all found it very endearing. They've saying कि यार तू बहुत प्यारा लग रहा है, और फिल्म बहुत प्यारी लग रही है, it's looking colorful, it's looking pleasant, and they are actually excited to watch it together. They're like, yaar, ye, because I've predominantly done serious films and
Yeah.
issue-based films and stuff like that. So they're like, they're always excited to see my films because it's their son in it, So they're like, हाँ हम तो देखेंगे. But इसमें ना, they are a little upbeat about it because यार ये ना, this is our kind of film. This is like, especially my mom, she's like, these are the kind of films I enjoy watching in the theater. So I'm very happy you are a part of it. Where you're dancing, you're playing Bhajan Kumar. She's been a big fan of going for Jagratas and Jagrans and Mata Ki Chauki. So she's like, वो मुझे feel आ रही है, and it's that family setup that is really inviting for her. So I'm really hoping that that's the case with every household in the country.
No, I think it is. Because when we also saw it, I also felt the same, and I do feel that yes, you've mainly done issue-based films, like you said, but whenever you've actually done a fun film, it has always worked wonders. And I feel people, especially after Zara Hatke, this is also in a similar space in terms of the genre. And I think people loved that movie because of the same value system, fun, humor, everything. So I want to know, does that give you a sense of validation and a sense of acceptance that, okay, do you feel possibly more at ease with this one?
It does give you encouragement, and also what the success of Zara Hatke Zara Bachke reminded me of was, when you hear the film for the first time in a room where the writer or the director is narrating you the film, you're not thinking of kya chalegi, kya nahi chalegi. You're not thinking of the business. You're not thinking of anything. You're just hearing the story and letting it affect you. And when you feel affected by the story, you feel कि यार ये करनी है या नहीं करनी है. Zara Hatke Zara Bachke, I felt truly connected to the things that were being spoken about in the film, the family values, every person trying to save money for a better future.
True.
This is something that every Indian relates to, and I related to it. So वो चीजें, what happens is from that day onwards, till a film gets made, then till a film releases, you forget that magic that you believed in. Because after that, all these things take over, that chalegi ke nahi chalegi, kitna business karegi, kya hoga, ye hoga, is it trending, is it not trending, what genre is working, So when the film releases, you forget that day, what you felt when you heard it for the first time. That's what the audience is actually going to feel.
True.
Because they're going to see it for the first time. That's the success of Zara Hatke Zara Bachke made me more confident about that, to trust that day more than what you keep hearing till the film releases. All that has value and logical reasoning, but this has got the heart. So I'm hoping and praying for this film is that the same thing replicates, where when I heard this film, it genuinely spoke very strongly to my heart because of the thing that it is trying to say, because of the family structure of this film, because of the milieu, because of the highs and lows in the film. It really instantly connected to me, and I'm really hoping that it connects with the people as well.
But tell me something, like how do you perceive success and failure today? Because the definition has changed, and you have also seen the ups and downs too early and too often in your career. How would you define success and failure? And like, is there a shift that you have towards your work with vis-a-vis the success and failure, predicting the success and failure of films?
No, see, the thing is, this one line from a poem which had a huge impact on me was this poem called If by Rudyard Kipling, where there was a line that if you can treat success and failures just the same, and it says success and failures are both imposters, just treat them both as the same, then you are at a good level. Then you are at a level which is not going to harm you personally, no matter what the highs and lows are. So I try and do that. I feel I try and be as attached and detached to both success and failure. You get too attached to success, that much the failure is going to hurt. You get too attached to the failure, that much you'll feel the success is so far off. So both, the more you accept that both are a part and parcel, there's not a human being in the history of mankind who's not tasted both.
That's true.
So it is inevitable. It's how you respond to it. For me, what matters to me the most on a daily basis is that my conscience is clear of whatever I do. If today I was shooting for a film, did I give my best? Yes, I gave my best. I get a good night's sleep. That's what matters to me. If I'm with my family, if I'm with my friends, did they have a good time? Did I have a good time? Yes, I get a good night's sleep. That good night's sleep is my success. That is very important. Me facing myself in the mirror and feeling good about it is my success. That is most important. Everything else can be quantified. you know, कितने hit हो गए, कितने flop हो गए, कितना पैसे कमाए. Everything is quantified, but the true definition of success is what you feel. How relaxed, how comfortable, how satisfied, how content, how secure you feel is what success is to me. You know, if it's about kitne hits, kitne numbers, whatever, there's no, humans are not programmed to feel ever satisfied. You know, they're not programmed. So where does it stop? What is the definition of success?
That's true. That's also very true. But at the same time, you know, when you started off, you faced a lot of rejections, like you said. There was a point when you had told me that there was a deodorant ad that people actually rejected you for, and your biggest dream was to do a deodorant. And the ad was also placed in a way where you are actually it was your story, you know. Sunny told me recently that apparently it's the same that has happened to him with a shampoo ad.
For whom? For Sunny?
Yeah, he
Wow,
said that it's
that's
happened
great.
to him with a shampoo, so now he wants to do a shampoo ad. And we are going to manifest that also. But does the validation change? What was the reaction that you had? Because you already had it in you, because the rejection was not about your art, it was about your personality, which was also eventually portrayed.
But which is fair, I feel.
Yeah.
Which is fair. You don't have to take things to your heart like that. And yeah, see, the thing is, I want to be an actor. I'm passionate about it. It's not the other person's responsibility to take care of that. It's my responsibility to take care of that. Life is going to throw challenges at you. And if you're going to feel so this thing about challenges, that why it's happening, no, life, that's the nature of life. It's going to throw challenges at you. You know, how you respond to it, how strongly you feel and how passionate and stubborn you are about what you want to achieve is your responsibility and nobody else's responsibility. Nobody has any malice in their hearts to make you feel down, make you feel like, you know, you don't have it in you or whatever. They are doing their jobs to whatever their understanding is. So at that time, and I'm truly feeling thankful of, look at now, we are sitting together. What are the moments we are talking about? The things that I didn't get. The things that made me feel, ki yaar, I don't have it in me. These are the things that make you in your journey forward. You know, these are the things you remember. We are not talking about the auditions I cracked. We are talking about the auditions that I could not crack for whatever reason. So they are also a very, very, very important part of it. You know, if you don't see them, if you don't see those days, you might not see these days. You know, so everything happens for a reason, and you just have to not feel that you are the epicenter of everything. You know, there's a world revolving, and everybody feels that they are the epicenter. Everybody is just being as honest as they can, and everybody is working hard. Yeah, they've got their own challenges. Nobody has the time to demean you, pull you down, blah blah blah. वो सब हमें लगता है जब हम, you know, there's a chain reaction of thoughts and all. Sometimes it's true also, but it's how you look at it. Yeah, yeah, but it's how you look at it. Yeah, if you're gonna focus on that, you're gonna feel it's only that, or you don't focus on that. You focus so much on yourself that you make your own path. That कल को तुम्हें लगे कि यार हाँ यार ये भी हुआ था, and you smile about it.
But tell me something. There are so many looks that you've had in your films, and I was just discussing. So you do realize that you have a full girl brigade who loves you, lusts over you, and who are also partially heartbroken because you're married right now. I've been told by 3 of my friends to tell you that, Vicky, please,
Imagine if there's a girl brigade who feel heartbroken because I have gotten married. Imagine how many hearts I would have broken because I have gotten married because of Katrina. You know, so that count would be much more.
Then I'll get it from my boyfriends,
yeah.
All the guys who are my friends. Yeah. But there are so many looks that you have. There's this clean shaven look. Yeah. Then there is a stubble, and then there is this. I want to know, घर में कलेश कितने हैं इस चक्कर में, ये जो कभी भी look change hota rehta hai, and how much does it take a toll on you to like grow this? Do you like it? Which one do you like? Which one does she like the most?
No, so on that, me, my whole family, my wife, we are all on the same page that I should always have at least a stubble on my face.
I am also on the same page.
Yeah, everybody is. Everybody is, because I don't like myself clean shaven. That is purely an occupational hazard. So I would always shave only when it's a requirement for a character, but otherwise I like to have some beard, and then, you know, it's all dependent on the character, but at least some beard.
But what does she like the most?
Beard.
This one?
See, the thing is, the last whole year, I was clean shaven because we were shooting Sam Bahadur. So this year, she's not getting into how much beard there is. She's just happy that there is a beard because the last whole year, I did not have anything. I was shaving every day for the role. So she's had it. So now she's very happy this year because of this.
And last question would be that, there are a lot of people who look at you and Katrina and they feel love, because in today's times, we are living in a time where there's a new definition to love. Our mom, dad, it was like true love, eternal love, and we look at them like that. When your pictures came out, people actually got like really emotional, including me. You could sense that oneness, And I think the whole country rooted for you guys to be together, even when you guys didn't announce it and everything, but everybody wanted you to be together. But both of you come from different backgrounds. And she keeps saying, she told me in my last interview that apparently you call her your panic button. How do the worlds collide and how is life? How do you find the balance?
I think in some way it's like we feel it's a perfect match because our temperaments come together really beautifully. Like she had mentioned, and I've seen that interview, she had mentioned she has a tendency to overthink. She has a tendency to panic. She has a tendency to have an impulsive reaction. And then I have to calm her down. Koi baat nahi, relax, koi baat nahi. Let's figure things out. Let's see rationally and all of that. And she fills in many of my gaps, which I lack, where there's sometimes I respond like that and she has to pull me back, wait it out and see and ye wo. So I think in that sense, we really fill each other's gaps very beautifully. So I love it when we are together and coming to a conclusion and a decision together, because I just feel like it's so holistic.
True.
So it's been like a blessing for me that, Katrina is my life partner and I feel great about it.
No, I think both of you are amazing as individuals, I feel like real, honest and genuinely warm. I've always felt that from her and I've always felt that from you, and I'm a trooper. I'm a Vicky
I love that word. Trooper.
I'm a trooper. And thank you for being you, man, and just making sure that people keep dreaming and living their dreams. That's possibly the biggest essence of being a part of the great Indian family. And thank you so much for this.
Thank you, man. Thank you.